Hey Soul Family, welcome to Eringy. I'm Erin. We are going to be doing a beautiful yoga flow today that is going to help you balance and activate the third eye chakra. This area just here in between the eyebrows, just a little bit up from that. Third eye chakra is all about your inner knowing, your intuition, your foresight. It's also about, physically being able to see, but also internally. What is your mind seeing as well? And naturally, that also relates to your imagination too. So we are going to be doing a few challenging poses today to help you connect with that part of your energy center. You will need either a meditation pillow like this one, something quite soft, or even a couple of rolled up blankets, or a pillow, a cushion, that will help as well. That's for one particular pose that we'll be doing that, it's more like a safety measure. And naturally, as with all other classes that we do together, it's always good just to have some blocks handy as well as a blanket. Once you've grabbed those, roll out your beautiful mat and we can get started. Okay, so find your way in Balasana, child pose. You're very welcome to take your legs out as wide as the mat, big toes touch, or you can bring the knees together. Hands may be by your sides. You might like to rest your forehead on the hands if that's comfy, or you can place the arms outstretched in front of you. Try to just intuitively know where to go. Take some deep breaths, settle into this pose as best you can. And allow your third eye, the space between your eyebrows, to sink either into the mat or on the back of your hands. Feel free to grab a block if you prefer to rest your forehead on that. And just take a moment to check in with how you're feeling today. What's happening physically, what's happening mentally, what you're thinking about, where your mind is drifting. Focus on what's going on with your breath. And I invite you to even out your inhales and exhales. Just try to mindfully keep it steady and stable throughout today's practice. So your third eye chakra is all about perception, inner knowing or intuition, and the ability to clearly see the world around you. It also interprets the meaning of what is being seen. So essentially it's sort of like a place of understanding. So naturally when the third eye chakra is open and balanced, you can kind of read between the lines of what you see and hear. And instead you get to sort of see the entirety of the situation, which is the truth. You can trust your instincts more, you can gain intuitive insights, and just live presently knowing that you have everything that you need in this moment. But when the third eye chakra is blocked or it's not balanced properly, you might experience the complete opposite to that. It might be difficult to trust your path or yourself or others. Might feel stuck in the daily grind without the ability to sort of see beyond your problems, or you might find it challenging to tap into your imagination and even remember dreams. So physically, a blocked or unbalanced third eye chakra can lead to migraines, eye issues, insomnia, and low immunity. So if you sense that your third eye chakra is blocked or unbalanced right now, please don't judge yourself or question why or how it came to be. Living in the now, trusting your path, getting comfortable in going with the flow can play a really big role in connecting to your third eye. So as you go about your practice today, allow whatever happens to happen without critiquing or judging. Okay, try to come from a place of compassion and forgiveness. You are where you are because it is so. Take a full breath in and a full breath out. So stay here in child pose, but crawl your hands as far as you can over to the right. Lean your hips a little to the left for a side stretch. Find some space into your ribs and waist and just continue to breathe. Now to the other side, curl your hands all the way to your left, lean your hips a little to the right, and maybe your third eye stays down toward the ground, or maybe it lifts a little. But just breathe. Come back to center and lift to tabletop on your hands and knees. Align your shoulders over the wrists. Stack your hips over the knees. Just breathe in this pose. And from here, bring your knees together so they touch. On your next inhale, engage your core muscles and fly your right leg behind you parallel to the mat. When you found your balance, float your left arm out in front of you. Find that stability. Keep that breath steady. Inhale, create a little lift through your hand and foot. Exhale, bend your elbow and knee, bring them together as you round through your back. Inhale, extend for a little lift. Exhale, elbow to knee, draw everything in. One more, breathe in. Breathe out and hold here. Take some breaths. And release down to tabletop, hands and knees. Make some adjustments here if you need to. We're going to take it to the other side. So bring your knees back together. Inhale, engage the core, fly your left leg behind you. Parallel it to the mat. When you found your balance here, send your right arm out in front. Breathe with stability. Now move into knee to elbow flow. So inhale, extend out and up a little through the leg and arm. Exhale, bend your elbow and knee. Bring them together as you round through your back like cat pose. Inhale, extend. Exhale, knee to elbow. One more time, inhale. Exhale and hold here. Take a deep breath in and a deep breath out. And release to tabletop pose, hands and knees. Drop your belly down towards the mat. Lift your tailbone for cow pose. Exhale, arch your spine up towards the ceiling. Lower your head for cat. Inhale, come to cow. Belly drop, head comes up. Beam that third eye. Exhale, come to cat. Push down through the fingers and palms and draw those shoulder blades towards the sky. So repeat this cat-cow flow with your breath and just try to bring awareness to the space between your eyebrows as it flows up and down. On your next inhale, just bring it back to neutral spine. And exhale, plant your hands, one handprint forward, engage your core, tuck your toes, come to downward facing dog, lift the hips. And here just feel free to take some movements. It's always nice to pedal the feet out. Feels really good to move the head for yes or no, so you can try that if you like. Just tune into what your body is asking for right now, and then just do that. So the third eye chakra is the color purple or indigo. It has a very high vibration. So as you raise your vibration for example, practicing yoga, you can become more connected to your third eye chakra. So as you are in downward facing dog right now, imagine taking a full breath of high vibe, purple energy in through the nose and out through the mouth. One more time. Big breath in. See in your mind's eye that color absorb into the body. And as you breathe out, just let it go. On your next inhale, bend your knees, look forward. And exhale, step or lightly hop up towards the top of the mat. Halfway lift, breathe in. Keep that spine nice and long, parallel to the mat. Exhale, fold over, release your neck and head down. Rise to upward salute, breathe in, press through the feet, sweep the arms up to the sky. Exhale, bring your palms together in front of your heart. Inhale, reach to the sky, relax the shoulders, Urdhva Hastasana. Exhale, fold forward, hinge at the hips, Uttanasana. Inhale, engage your core, come up halfway, Ardha Uttanasana, shoulders back. Exhale, fold and relax the head and neck. Inhale, back to upward salute, reach the arms up to the sky. Exhale, palms together in front of your heart. So this time you might like to practice the same flow with your eyes closed. So even though you won't be able to see, you can still sort of visualize in your mind the movements you're taking. So take a deep inhale, sweep your arms all the way out and up towards the sky. Exhale, press down through all corners of the feet, forward fold. Inhale, engage the core, come up halfway. Exhale, forward fold again, float your hands down towards the mat. Inhale, reach the arms all the way up to the sky. Exhale, bring your palms together, guide them to your heart space. Now you can open your eyes or you can keep them closed if you like. So again, inhale, upward salute, sweep your arms up to the sky. Exhale, dive forwards, relax your neck and head down. Inhale, come up halfway, shoulders from the ears. Exhale, plant your palms down onto the mat, shoulder width apart, fingers out wide, come into plank pose. Hold here. Feel free to drop your knees to the mat if that's more comfortable. Continue to contract the legs, glutes and core. Just find that steadiness, that stability in your breath again. Check in with how you're feeling. How do you know when to push yourself or when to back off? Take a full breath in and a full breath out. On your in-breath, shift yourself forward an inch, roll onto the toes, bend the elbows straight back, come down chaturanga all the way onto your belly. Release the tops of your feet, press firmly down onto the mat. Hands can stay where they are, or you can take them out as wide as you'd like if that's more comfortable for the shoulders. Inhale, lift your chest into cobra pose. Peel that chest off the mat. Keep the elbows hugged into the body. And exhale, lower all the way down. Going to do this a few more times. Inhale to lift, gaze up or forwards. Exhale, lower down to the mat. One more. Breathe in, lift up the chest, beam that third eye chakra. And exhale, gently come back down. Come back to child pose, hips to heels. And just continue to breathe. Just remember you can always come back to this pose anytime you need to reset. So just now, focus on what's happening in your mind. What are you thinking about? Try to be aware of these thoughts without judging or overanalyzing them. Try to be comfortable with just knowing. This same feeling of knowing is the same as when you tune into your intuition. Sometimes when intuition or the third eye chakra is blocked, it can actually manifest into eye problems or headaches. So forward fold asanas, anywhere where the third eye or forehead comes close to the ground, particularly child pose, can really bring a lot of relief. So take a deep breath in and a deep breath out. Inhale, come onto knees and hands for tabletop. Exhale, tuck your toes and your hips to the sky, downward facing dog. Inhale, activate your armpits, pelvic floor, hip flexors. Reach that right leg straight up behind you, toes point down. Exhale, step your right foot between your hands. Drop your back knee down to the mat for a low lunge. Square the hips so they're facing the front of the mat. And then send your arms and trunk up as you breathe in. Exhale, sink a little deeper into the hips. Inhale, bring your palms together in front of your heart, thumbs on your sternum. Exhale, bring your hands to your forehead with thumbs on your third eye. Hold it here, keep that steady breath. Feel that connection of your thumbs to the third eye. You might even feel a bit of heat here. Inhale, arms up towards the sky, release the palms. Exhale, hands down toward the mat. Crawl your right toes a little forward, ground down through your front heel. Start to lift your front toes up towards your face as you shift your weight back for half splits. Try to gently straighten that front leg, but if you find this is too much, just feel free to keep that front leg bent. You can also make use of 2 blocks on either side of your front leg just to kind of bring that ground up a little closer to you. And then from here, just allow your chest and neck to relax down toward the thigh, or you can just continue to keep your neck in line with the spine. It's your choice. And just keep breathing. Just adopt a nice and steady rhythm. If you'd like to kind of include more of a dynamic movement, you're very welcome to shift your weight forward and backwards as you bend and stretch your front leg. Just see what your body wants to do here. Take a full breath in and a full breath out. On your next inhale, bend your front knee, bring your hands forward, plant your left palm inside your front foot, reach your right arm up to the sky for a low lunge twist. Slide the shoulders away from the ears, open the chest, engage your abdominal muscles, create more stability here. Breathe. And then you're going to take it to a side plank variation. So with your arms still lifted, pivot your left knee clockwise a little so the left leg moves slightly off the mat. Engage the core. Ground down through your left palm and then slide your right foot back to a modified side plank pose. Just imagine lifting through the hips here. You are very welcome to take it to a full side plank pose as well. If you want to do that, just continue to ground down through your front palm, engage your core, draw that navel in towards the spine, and then send your left leg back as you lift the hips up to the sky. Take one more inhale. Exhale, come back to plank pose. Find the strength in the shoulders, the core, and the glutes. Breathe in. Exhale, chaturanga. Drop your whole body down to the mat. Inhale, firmly press through the tops of the feet and hands. Lift the chest and pelvis, upward facing dog. Keep that nice length in the spine as you come into sort of like a gentle back bend here. Keep breathing. Take a full breath in and breathe out, downward facing dog. Tuck the toes, hips up to the sky. Take a breath in through the nose. Let it out through the mouth. And another breathe in. Let it out. Okay, so from here you can choose to stay here, or you can reposition to child pose to sort of see what your body wants to do. The element associated with your third eye chakra is light. Without light, it's impossible to see both physically, but it's also impossible to see internally. When we talk about exploring our shadow self, the areas of ourself that we just might not be particularly comfortable exploring or accepting. It's our third eye that can help bring light to our shadows and help us understand the truth behind those shadows. So as you continue with today's practice, I invite you, with the aid of your breath, to visualize light moving to those spaces of the body that may seem a little dark. So keep breathing. Take a full breath in. If you're not there already, exhale and come back to downward facing dog. Inhale, activate the armpits, pelvic floor, hip flexors. Reach the left leg straight up and back. Exhale, step your foot forward between your hands and touch your right knee down to the mat. Inhale, square the hips and float the arms up to the sky. Exhale, sink the hips a little deeper. Draw your navel in towards your spine. Just protect that lower back. Inhale, bring your palms together in front of your heart. Touch your thumbs on your sternum. Exhale, connect your heart to your third eye by bringing your thumbs between your eyebrows, your third eye. Hold it here and keep breathing nice and steady. Inhale, release the hands up to the sky. Exhale, fingertips down toward the mat. Crawl your left toe slightly forward, ground down through your front heel. Start to lift your front toes towards your face and shift your weight back for half splits. If you used blocks last time, feel free to use them again. And continue to straighten through that front leg or add a slight bend to the knee. And as before, if you want to add dynamic movement, shifting your weight forward and backward, you're very welcome to do that, or you can just sort of stay in this static pose. And just remember to breathe light into the body. Your third eye chakra is also the realm of imagination. So as you imagine and visualize light entering the body, you're using your third eye to do this. Take one more full breath in and a full breath out. On your next inhale, bend your front knee, bring your hands forward, plant your right palm inside your left foot, reach your left arm up to the sky for a low lunge twist. Feel your spine lengthen, your shoulders move down your back. Breathe deeply. And then from here, you might want to just play around with moving into side plank, whether you want to practice it with the one knee on the floor variation, or if you want to come into it on the full version. Just trust that you know what's best for your body today. So whatever version you're taking, point the toes, lift the hips once you're there, and imagine purple light traveling from your feet all the way up to the crown of your head and back again. Take a full breath in, exhale, release and come back to plank pose, wrists directly under your shoulders, legs hip distance apart. Keep breathing. Take another full breath in, exhale, chaturanga. Keep those elbows hugged into the body as you slowly lower all the way down onto the belly. Inhale, lift the chest, upward facing dog, press through the hands and feet. Exhale, find that gentle back bend here. Spread the collarbones, slide the shoulders from the ears. Take a full breath in and breathe out. Tuck the toes, come into downward facing dog, hips to sky. Find your breath in through the nose, out through the mouth. And another, breathe in, let it out. Take a full breath in. Exhale, step or hop up towards your hands. Halfway lift, breathe in, lengthen the spine. Exhale, fold and release down, just let it go. Now bring your feet about hip distance apart if they're not there yet, or even a little wider if that's more comfortable. Take hold of the opposite elbows and just find ragdoll. Let the arms just dangle freely, relax the neck. Start to create a bit of movement, rock or wave from side to side with the body. And just take a moment to visualize or imagine with your third eye something that you have always wanted to do but just haven't done yet. Could be a yoga pose, or it could be a goal or an experience. And just breathe as you visualize this. If you can visualize or imagine it first, then it's more likely going to happen than if you were just trying to do it through sheer willpower or work. Take another full breath in, and exhale, release your hands to the ground. Heel toe your feet out wide if they're not there yet. Turn your toes out slightly, heels in. Engage your glutes and hip flexors. Sink down into your wide squat or garland pose, Malasana. Don't worry if your heels are floating. You can always just pop a folded blanket under them if that feels good. Once you're here, place the elbows inside the thighs. Press the palms together for prayer position. And then take an inhale. Bring your thumbs up to your third eye. So you are welcome to stay here. You could go into a comfortable seated position, or if you like, you might want to practice crow pose. You may need to visualize yourself in crow pose before practicing it if it helps. If you're opting to do this particular pose, crow pose, inhale, plant your palms firmly onto the mat. Spread those fingers out wide and gaze a few feet in front of you. Because this pose relies on balance, you could even place a block beneath your forehead to help with stability. Now, when you're ready, bend your elbows back. Come onto the balls of your feet. Place your knees on the backs of your upper arm if you can manage that. Inhale, begin to bring your weight forward onto your hands. Keep your gaze at the front of your mat or beyond. And then exhale, come onto your tiptoes. Lift one foot and then the other off the mat. Engage the inner thighs for support while keeping the knees on the arms. Stay here for as long as you can or as long as you like. Hug the feet towards your bottom. Focus on lifting the body rather than sinking down. Take a full breath in and exhale. Transfer your weight back into your feet. Come back to the mat. And then find your way to Balasana, child pose. Release your forehead down. And then massage your third eye. Rock a little from side to side. Connect with your breath. Visualize that color purple, that light moving in and out of the body with each inhale and exhale. Take one more full breath in. And a full breath out. Inhale, tabletop, come onto hands and knees. And breathe. Take a full breath in. And exhale, draw your knees together to touch. Take an inhale, extend your right leg up and back behind you, left arm out in front, and stay here if you like. Or you can bend your right knee, reach your left arm back to take hold of your right foot, gaze forward for tiger pose. Choose to draw your foot toward your glutes or thighs for a quadricep stretch, or you can kick back for a stretch in the chest. Just see where your body wants to go. Take a full breath in and a full breath out. Inhale, release your foot, extend your leg and arm. Exhale, release down, and we're going to do it on the other side. Inhale, send your left leg back, right arm forward. Stay here, or Bend your knee and reach for your foot. So the same options. You can draw your foot closer to stretch the front of your thigh and your hip flexor, or you can kick it back to stretch the front of your shoulder and chest. Take a full breath in and a full breath out. Release your foot. Inhale, extend your leg and arm longer. And exhale, take it back down to the mat. Inhale, tuck the toes, hips to the sky, downward facing dog. And find your breath in through the nose, out through the mouth. And again, breathe in, breathe out. Take another full breath in. Exhale, draw your feet together, big toes touch. Inhale, take your right leg to the sky, open up your hip and bend your knee. You can either stay here if you're feeling pretty open in the chest and shoulders. You can take it to the wild thing pose. So if you're choosing that, shift the weight onto your left hand, rotate out onto the outer edge of your left foot, fire up the core, drop your right foot down, lift the torso. Keep that knee partially bent. Naturally, your right arm's going to lift up, so just keep it nice and strong. Listen to the body. Just make some adjustments here if you need. This is really, really good for the shoulders. Rotate a cuff. When you're ready, bring it back to three-legged downward facing dog. Breathe in. Exhale, bring your right knee close to your third eye. Round out through the spine. Roll the shoulders back. Take a full breath in. And a full breath out. Inhale back to three-legged dog. Exhale, step the right foot up to the inside of the right hand. Set up for crescent high lunge. Inhale, square the hips, send your arms up and the trunk as well. Exhale, open to warrior two. So pivot your back heel about 45 degrees externally. Just check in here. Make sure the heels are in line with each other. And then take your arms out to a T, shoulder height. Check in with the legs, front knee stacked over your ankle, back leg remains straight, keep pressing through the heel. Open up the hips to the side. Take a full breath in. Exhale, bring palms together to your heart. Breathe in and then connect the heart to your third eye by bringing your thumbs to the space between your eyebrows. Take a few more deep breaths here. One more full breath in and a full breath out. Inhale, extend your arms out long. Turn the front palm up towards the sky. Lift the arm up and back as you begin to lift your chest. Tilt back slightly, coming into a soft back bend. See how far your body wants to bend here. Bring that back left hand down onto the back leg or to the hips. Bring your gaze to wherever you want to look, up to the sky, toward the horizon. Just continue to breathe here, lift through the chest. Try to avoid compressing that lower back. Take one full breath in. Exhale, cartwheel your hands back down to the mat to find your sprinter's lunge. Lift your back heel, come onto the ball of your back foot. Take an inhale, look forward. Exhale, lift your back leg parallel to the mat for a supported warrior three. Relax your head, bend your front knee, bring your third eye to your upper thigh. Visualize grounding down through all four corners of your foot and hands. Take a full breath in. Exhale, release your leg to the mat. Meet at Uttanasana, standing forward fold. Halfway lift, breathe in, lengthen the spine. Exhale, fold, release it down. Take hold of opposite elbows for ragdoll, or feel free to spread your feet out wide here as well. Relax the neck, sway the arms a little from side to side. Just check in with how your whole body is feeling, especially your neck and your shoulders, your head. If there's any tension here, just try to visualize that tension easing, just sort of see it dissolve with the help of your breath as you breathe in and out. So keep breathing. Take a full breath in and a full breath out. Inhale, halfway lift, long spine and neck. Exhale, find your way to downward facing dog. So you can hop both feet back, or you might like to walk them back, your choice. Send your gaze between your thighs or feet and breathe. Take a full breath in. Exhale, bring both feet together, big toes touch. Inhale, take your left leg to the sky, open up your hip, bend your knee. And again, you can either stay here or flip the leg to take Wild Thing pose. So for Wild Thing, shift the weight onto your right hand, rotate onto the outer edge of your right foot, fire up that core, drop that foot back down, lift the torso, keep the knee partially bent, and then send the left arm up. And then just make any adjustments here if you need to. Might like to windmill your lifted arm clockwise and anti-clockwise if that feels good. When you're ready, bring it back to three-legged downward facing dog. Send that left leg up and long. Breathe. Exhale, bring your left knee close to your third eye. Round out through the spine, roll the shoulders back. Take a full breath in and a full breath out. Inhale, send that leg back. Exhale, step your left foot up to the inside of the left hand for crescent high lunge. One inhale takes you up, square the hips. Open to warrior two. Exhale, right foot down. Give yourself some time to settle here. Make some adjustments. Draw your shoulders down away from the ears. Check in with your legs and hips, your heels. Take a full breath in. Exhale, bring palms together to your heart. Breathe in and then connect the heart to your third eye by bringing your thumbs to the space between the eyebrows. And then just take some more deep breaths here. Find that sense of connection. Activate your intuition, your sense of perception. Take full, steady breath in through the nose, out through the mouth. One more round. Breathe in. Breathe out. Take an inhale. Extend the arms out long and stretch. And reverse warrior. Exhale. Lift your front arm up and back. Rest your right hand on your thigh or hip. Look up towards the sky or gaze toward the horizon. And breathe. Take a full breath in. And as you breathe out, cartwheel your hands down to the mat to find your sprinted lunge. Lift your back heel, come onto the ball of the back foot. Take an inhale, create length, look forward. Exhale, lift to a supported warrior three. Send your right leg up and parallel to the mat. And from here, decide what you want to do with your hands before moving. Maybe they stay on the mat. Maybe they rest on the shins or the thighs. Might want to play around with your balance, straighten your front leg. Send your arms behind or forwards. Just visualize it first and then go ahead and try it. Stay in this pose for a few more breaths. Take one more deep inhale in. Exhale, release your leg to the mat to meet at Uttanasana, standing forward fold. Halfway lift, breathe in. Exhale, fold, release it down. So come into a little squat for a variation of Thunderbolt. Bring your feet together, lift your heels, take an inhale, engage your quads, and exhale, send your bottom all the way down to meet your heels. Round the spine, tuck your third eye between your knees or reach toward that direction. And just notice where you feel tight. Could be behind the neck, it could be your upper or lower back. See if you can release any tightness by sending your breath to those areas. Just stay here for a few more breaths. One more, take a deep inhale and a deep exhale. So from here, you're going to play with rocking and rolling. This motion of moving back and forth helps redistribute prana, which is your life force energy, and reduces pranic blockages. So take an inhale. See if you can gently lower your sit bones onto the mat. Place your hands behind your knees and just start to rock backwards, tailbone to shoulders, and roll forwards, tuck chin to chest, protect the neck, and just continue to roll back and forward a few times. Take one more roll, then bring your feet down, knees point to the sky. In a moment, you'll move into boat pose. So if your tailbone is anything like mine, where it's like super sensitive, might just want to grab a folded blanket and sit on that first. So when you're ready, bring your hands by your sides, pull your belly in towards your spine, engage the core, inhale, begin to gently lean back a little so that you can balance on your sit bones. Now, if this is enough, stay here. You can continue to engage that core. If you want to take it a little further, lift one leg at a time up so that your shins become close to parallel to the mat. So it's almost as though you're kind of creating a bit of a V shape with your torso and thighs. Breathe here. Arms can stay there or they can lengthen out directly in front of you, or you can send them out wide. Take a full breath in, lengthen through the spine, the crown of the head, and breathe out. Just try to bring your palms together at your third eye. One more full deep breath in. Exhale, release your feet and hands down and take reverse tabletop. Just check that your feet are hip distance apart, hands are shoulder width apart. Fingers can point toward the front of the mat or away, just depends on what feels good in the wrists. Just press evenly through your hands and feet. On an inhale, engage the core and glutes, lift the hips up toward the sky to a height that feels good, or to when your thighs and abdomen are parallel. Open up through the chest, and if it's okay on your neck, you can open up your throat by relaxing the crown toward the mat. Don't worry if you can't, just keep your chin tucked in. Take a full breath in and a full breath out. One more full deep breath in. And exhale, slowly release back down. Find your way to a regular tabletop. So cross your legs, shift yourself forward, bring your hands out in front of you, come onto your knees. So you're going to practice the thread the needle pose. So as you inhale, reach your right arm out and up towards the sky. Just open the chest. Might like to kind of roll your wrists here a couple of times if that feels good. On your next exhale, thread your arm down towards your left, drop that shoulder, and let the side of the face come and rest onto the mat. Left hand can stay, or you could stretch it forward, or you might like to send it back toward your right side. Just keep that beautiful twist and breathe. Slowly unwind, press down into your left hand, thread your right arm up to the sky, inhale. Exhale, release your hand down. Other side now, so inhale, reach your left arm out and up towards the sky. And again from here, just take a few wrist rolls. You might like to roll it in one direction and then the other direction. On your next exhale, thread your arm toward your right, drop the shoulder, face comes down, and just see where your right arm wants to go. Maybe it just wants to extend it forward, or it wants to stay where it is. Maybe it wants to go back toward the left side. Just find that nice twist and just breathe. Slowly unwind, press down into your right hand, thread your left arm up, breathe in. Breathe out, release your hand down. Child pose, hips to heels. Touch your third eye or forehead toward the mat or toward a block. And just check back in. Notice how you feel now. Try to scan your body with your mind's eye and see if you can kind of sense any tension or any blocks. If you find that there's tightness or there's something else that you no longer want or need, just visualize that area of the body relaxing and releasing. Just let it go. And just continue to breathe nice and steady breaths. Take a full breath in and a full breath out. Come up to hands and knees. And then make your way to a supine position. So that's lying down on your back. Once there, just hug your knees into your chest, wrap your arms around the shins. Such a beautiful pose, wind release, just to give yourself a nice squeeze and massage that lower back by rocking side to side if you like. Just take it nice and gentle. Now you're welcome to stay in the wind release pose, or maybe even you might like to practice happy baby pose as well. So for that, hands can come to wherever they can. So maybe they might like to reach behind the knees, the shins, ankles, outer edges of the feet. And on your next exhale, just gently press your shoulders and tailbone down into the mat and guide your knees in towards your armpits. Just bring those feet out a little wide. And just gently tuck your chin to the chest if you're feeling any tension in the neck. And you can sort of stay in this position, or you might want to just kind of find some gentle movements. Rock side to side. And just continue to breathe. On your next inhale, release your feet down, keep the knees bent, and just press your hands on your thighs to release your lower back. Take a full breath in and a full breath out. And just check in to see, to be intuitive about what your body needs before moving into Shavasana. What other gentle twists or stretches or back bends does your body want to do? So feel free to take those now just to fully integrate your practice. Move mindfully and breathe with intention as you finish up those last poses that you're taking. And then slowly make your way to Shavasana. So grab any props that you feel will bring a bit of further comfort in this particular pose. Just soften the thighs and the knees away from each other. Rest those heels down onto the mat. Externally rotate your toes so they point out to the sides. Palms can face up, or you might like to bring them onto the chest or the belly just to help yourself ground down. Take a deep breath in, and if you haven't already, close your eyes. Lift your heart, snuggle your shoulders down, soften and relax the shoulders, neck, jaw, and eyebrows. Shavasana is the pose that connects and integrates everything you have done during today's practice. It's also an important pose to allow the body to rest. Often our third eye can become overstimulated, allowing our imagination to go like a little wild. So this pose can bring ease to your third eye, help you to see more clearly, especially internally. So with your breath as your guide, just check in with how you're feeling right now. Notice what you see with your eyes closed. Notice what you know. Notice what your intuition is telling you. And it can be about anything, your practice, your day, your goals, your purpose. If you like, you can meditate on the affirmation for your third eye chakra, which is, I am connected, I see. I am connected, I see. Maybe you could sense how that affirmation relates to you for the next little while. Bring your awareness to your breath and focus on the area between your eyebrows. Focus on this point for a few more breaths and send it some love and gratitude for helping you to see and imagine what's possible in this world, both for yourself and for others. Breathe in, reach your arms overhead. Just create a nice long stretch. And then turn to one side with your eyes still closed and press to a comfortable seated position. Sit up a little taller here. Bring your hands in prayer position to your heart and then to your third eye between your eyebrows. We'll close today's practice with a quote from astrologer Manly P. Hall, who wrote, "It is said that wisdom lies in not seeing things, but seeing through things." Bring your hands back down to the heart space. Bow your head to honor the teacher within. Namaste.